Let me ask you a question, and answer it honestly. Have you ever felt like money is just slipping through your fingers? No matter how hard you work, no matter how much effort you put in, it always feels like you're one step behind. You see others building wealth, attracting opportunities, living lives of abundance, and deep down a voice in you whispers, "What do they know that I don't?" Well, that's the right question, because the truth is there are secrets hidden in plain sight, not in your paycheck, not in your bank account, but in your mind. Now, before you assume this is just another think and get rich fantasy, let me assure you, this is not about wishful thinking. This is about mental rewiring. This is about mastering a blueprint, a code that wealthy people have used for centuries, often without even realizing it. And today you're going to learn it, not from a textbook, not from theory, but from timeless truth. Truth that, when absorbed into the mind and acted upon, attracts money like a magnet pulls iron. Because here's the real secret. You don't chase money. You attract it by the person you become, by the thoughts you cultivate, and by the energy you broadcast to the universe. For the next few minutes, I invite you to put aside every doubt, every limitation, every belief that told you wealth was for other people. Because by the time we're done, you'll never look at money or your mind the same way again. Let's begin unlocking the wealth that was always yours to claim. Wealth does not begin in your wallet. It does not begin in your job title, your bank statement, or even your business. Wealth begins in one place and one place only, the mind, before gold ever appears in your hand. It must be formed in the furnace of your thoughts. Before money ever finds its way to your pockets, it must first pass through the gate of your imagination, approved by your clarity of purpose. Every fortune that has ever been built began with a thought, just a thought, but not just any thought. It was a thought that had been sharpened, focused, fed, and infused with purpose until it became an obsession. You see, people do not become wealthy by accident. No person ever drifted into riches while lacking direction. They arrive at wealth with their eyes locked on a target, their mind filled with a clear vision, and their soul set on fire with a purpose so strong that obstacles melt in its path. That is the first and greatest secret to unlocking wealth. You must know without question what you want, not in vague terms, not with casual interest, but with such specificity and passion that the very cells in your body are aligned with it. Most people wish for money, some even hope for it. But wishing and hoping are weak forces. They carry no weight in the real world. They are like fog on the wind, gone before the day begins. What creates movement, what shifts circumstances, opens doors, bends reality, is definiteness of purpose. It is the ability to say, this is what I want, this is what I am willing to give in return, and I will not stop until I get it. That is the language of power. That is the mindset of those who attract wealth like gravity pulls a falling stone. Take a moment and examine your current financial condition. It is not a reflection of your talents, your worth, or your potential. It is a reflection of your focus. Wherever your attention has gone, your results have followed. If your thoughts are scattered, your income will be scattered. If your vision is blurred, your results will be unclear. But when the mind locks in, when it tunes out the noise and centers itself on a definite goal, the universe responds. Circumstances shift. People show up. Ideas come in the night. Why? Because thought, infused with purpose, becomes a magnet for everything required to fulfill it. Let me ask you this. Have you ever truly sat down and defined your financial goal, not just with numbers, but with detail and emotion? Can you describe what your life looks like when you have achieved it? Can you see the home you live in? Feel the car you drive, hear the sounds around you, and feel the peace in your chest when the burden of financial stress is lifted? If not, that is your first task, because the mind cannot hit a target it cannot see. Vague goals produce vague results. Clarity is the birthplace of creation. Those who rise to wealth do not casually want more money. They set specific goals. I will earn $100,000 a year through this business by this date. And they write it down. They repeat it. They read it daily. They feel it as if it already exists. They do not beg for money. They command it by becoming the kind of person wealth responds to, focused, disciplined, and obsessed with their vision. Here's a truth few will tell you. The world does not reward talent as much as it rewards purpose. There are talented people everywhere, brilliant minds, skilled hands, creative hearts, but most of them are broke, not because they lack ability, but because they lack direction. They're waiting for opportunity to find them, while those with purpose are out creating opportunities by the hour. Money is not loyal to the best idea. It is loyal to the clearest vision and the boldest commitment. Think about it. When a person walks into a room with certainty, with intention, people respond. That same principle applies to wealth. If you approach money timidly, if you hesitate, if you doubt, you push it away. But if you approach your financial goal with unwavering clarity, with a plan in hand and fire in your voice, you become a force of nature and wealth begins to follow you. Purpose is not only about setting a goal, it is about living in alignment with that goal every day. It means that your actions match your desires. It means that you spend your time building, not drifting, that you make decisions not based on fear, but on whether they bring you closer to your vision. The person with a definite purpose does not get distracted by every shiny opportunity, every short-term win, every voice of doubt. They stay locked in, and because they are, momentum builds behind them like a tidal wave. Understand this. The world makes way for the person who knows where they are going. People will offer you help. Mentors will appear, ideas will arrive, resources will unlock, but the key that opens all those doors is clarity. A definite chief aim, written down, repeated daily, felt deeply, that is the ignition switch of wealth. So, if you want to attract money, stop thinking about money alone. Think about the purpose behind the money. What will it do for your life? Who will you become when you earn it? What freedom will it give you? What will you build, create? Give experience. When that vision becomes so real in your mind that it feels like it already exists, you will have taken the first and most powerful step in attracting real, lasting wealth. Not by chance, not by luck, but by law, the law of the mind. There is a silent force more powerful than strategy, louder than words, and stronger than skill. That force is belief, not just casual belief, the kind that fades in doubt or shrinks in fear, but a burning, unshakable faith that what you desire is not only possible, but inevitable. Wealth, like any form of creation, does not begin in the physical world. It begins in the unseen realm of belief. And the truth is, no person can attract riches until they first believe completely that they are worthy of them, capable of them, and destined for them. Look closely at those who have created extraordinary wealth. Beneath their plans and businesses lies something deeper, an inner conviction that success belongs to them. They may not have started with money. Many did not start with connections, education, or approval. But what they all possessed was the ability to see riches before they held them, to speak of success before others believed, to act in faith when the evidence wasn't yet visible. Belief is the mind's permission slip to act boldly. It is the bridge between thought and manifestation. Without faith, the idea remains an idea. But when belief is added to thought, something ignites. That spark fuels action, perseverance, risk, and vision. It moves you when others stop. It keeps you going when others fold. Because faith, once embedded in the mind, creates momentum that no obstacle can withstand. The problem for most people is not lack of intelligence. It is not even a lack of opportunity. It is a lack of belief. They think small, They speak of what they can afford, not what they desire. They view money as distant, difficult, and elusive. And as long as that belief system rules their thoughts, wealth will remain out of reach. Not because the money isn't available, but because the mind is rejecting it. You cannot attract what you fundamentally believe you don't deserve. And yet, many people walk through life subconsciously sabotaging their financial growth because deep down they've been programmed to believe wealth is for someone else. Maybe they were told money is the root of evil, or that rich people are greedy, or that it's noble to struggle, and so no matter how hard they work, their inner world resists success. The mind cannot hold two opposing beliefs for long. You either believe in wealth or you don't. You either see yourself as a creator of abundance or a victim of scarcity. There is no middle ground. True faith does not require physical evidence. It creates the evidence. It speaks the outcome before it appears. It walks into the room with confidence when there's no reason to feel confident. Faith does not care what the current bank balance says. Faith is not dependent on condition. It transcends condition. It rewrites them. When you begin to believe, truly believe, that you are destined for wealth, your behavior begins to change. You make decisions faster. You take risks with more courage. You speak with more power. You no longer shrink to fit the expectations of others. You no longer ask for permission to succeed. You move as if it's already done, and the world begins to adjust to your new frequency. Belief is the frequency of wealth. Just as a radio must tune into the right station to hear music, your mind must tune into the vibration of abundance to receive it. This is not mystical thinking. It is alignment. The universe responds to certainty. The subconscious responds to repetition. When you believe something with enough emotion, your mind starts filtering reality to find it. Your attention sharpens. Opportunities that were once invisible now stand before you. You attract people, ideas, and events that mirror your belief system. Think of belief as the foundation of a skyscraper. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure is unstable. It doesn't matter how beautiful the design is or how expensive the materials are, without belief, the building collapses. The same is true for your dreams of wealth. Without faith, they remain paper sketches. But once belief takes root, the building begins. Steel goes up, floors rise, and soon the skyline is changed. Developing this kind of faith is not a one-time event. It is a daily discipline. You must feed your belief like a fire. Speak abundance into your life. Every morning, declare your goals out loud. Visualize your success as already accomplished. See your future self walking in prosperity. Hear the applause. Feel the satisfaction. Taste the rewards. The more senses you engage, the more real it becomes. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between vividly imagined success and reality. It simply accepts repeated input as truth. This is why affirmations matter. They are not silly slogans. They are instruments of transformation. When spoken with feeling, over time they override limiting beliefs and install new programs. Programs like, I am worthy of wealth. Money flows to me easily. I attract opportunities that align with my purpose. These are not just words, they are seeds. Watered daily with belief, they grow into the reality you experience. You must guard your faith as fiercely as a soldier guards a treasure. Doubt is the enemy. Negativity is the thief. Surround yourself with people who speak the language of growth. Immerse yourself in books, voices, and environments that reinforce belief. Monitor your inner dialogue. Become aware of when your thoughts shrink and replace them with expansion. This is a war between your past programming and your future destiny, and the side you feed will win. The wealth you desire is already waiting for you. But it does not come to begging. It does not respond to hesitation. It responds to belief. Not hollow belief, The deep, soul-level conviction that says, I was not made to struggle. I was not born to lack. I was made to create, to expand, to experience life fully, and wealth is part of that experience. So ask yourself, what do I believe about money? What do I believe about myself? And more importantly, am I willing to believe something greater starting today? Because the moment you do, you change the current of your life. You tap into a power that turns thought into riches, not by luck, not by chance, but by law. The law of belief, the law of faith, and that law always delivers to those bold enough to claim it. The mind is a powerful instrument, but like any instrument, it must be tuned and played correctly to create the music of success. Autosuggestion is the key to that tuning, a simple yet profound technique that allows you to direct your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions toward the life of abundance you desire. It is the art of consciously feeding your subconscious mind with positive, purposeful messages until they become your inner reality. Imagine your subconscious as fertile soil. Into that soil, you plant seeds every day. Some are seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation. Others are seeds of confidence, courage, and wealth. Which seeds will grow depends on what you plant and nurture. Autosuggestion is the deliberate act of planting seeds of wealth in your subconscious mind by repeating affirmations and ideas until they take root and grow into habits, beliefs, and actions. Most people underestimate the power of repetition. They assume that simply thinking about money or success once or twice is enough to change their lives. But transformation requires more than occasional thoughts. It demands consistent, focused repetition. When you repeat positive affirmations daily, they gradually dissolve old limiting beliefs and replace them with new empowering ones. Your mind begins to accept these affirmations as facts, not wishes. What makes autosuggestion so effective is that it bypasses the conscious mind's skepticisms and directly influences the subconscious, which controls your habits, emotions, and behaviors. The conscious mind is often distracted, critical, and doubtful. It questions every idea and can easily dismiss positive thoughts as unrealistic. But the subconscious mind does not analyze. It simply accepts what it hears repeatedly, especially when those messages are charged with emotion. For autosuggestion to work, you must engage your feelings. Saying words without feeling is like watering a garden without sunlight. It produces no growth. When you speak affirmations or visualize your goals, do so with passion, intensity, and belief. Feel the excitement of already having what you desire. Imagine the relief of financial freedom, the joy of abundance flowing effortlessly into your life, the pride of living your dreams. These emotions act as the sunlight that nourishes the seeds planted by your words. Consider how this works in everyday life. When a child is told repeatedly that they are capable, smart, and worthy, they begin to believe it and act accordingly. The same principle applies to you. By repeating affirmations such as, I am a magnet for money, opportunities flow to me easily, or I deserve to live in abundance, you reprogram your subconscious to expect and attract wealth. Over time, this new programming alters your behavior, your confidence grows, your mindset shifts, and your actions align with abundance. The magic of autosuggestion lies in its ability to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you tell yourself you are successful and wealthy, the more your subconscious guides you to act in ways that produce those outcomes. You start noticing opportunities you previously overlooked. You become more creative, more persistent, and more resourceful. The law of attraction begins to work through your own mind's programming. Many successful people credit the practice of autosuggestion for their achievements. They spend time every day affirming their goals and visualizing success, not as a vague hope, but as a definite reality. This daily ritual builds a mental foundation so strong that nothing can shake it. When doubts or setbacks come, and they will, they are met with resilience because the subconscious mind has been trained to stay focused on the desired outcome. To make autosuggestion a powerful tool in your life, it requires discipline and consistency. Choose affirmations that resonate deeply with your goals and values. Write them down and read them aloud every morning and every night. Do not rush through the words. Seek them slowly, clearly, and with conviction. Allow your mind to absorb the meaning and your heart to connect with the feeling behind each statement. Visualization complements autosuggestion beautifully. Close your eyes and picture yourself living your dream life. See the details vividly. The home, the car, the lifestyle. Hear the sounds of celebration. The laughter, the words of congratulations. Feel the sensations, the warmth of success, the peace of financial security, the excitement of new possibilities. The combination of repeated affirmations and vivid mental imagery floods your subconscious with a powerful signal that rewrites your mental script. It is important to remember that autosuggestion is not a magic wand that produces instant results. It is a process, a mental conditioning that shapes your identity and your destiny over time. The effects build gradually, much like training a muscle. At first, you might not notice a difference, but persistence causes the mind to shift. Slowly, your confidence increases, your fears diminish, and your opportunities multiply. You might ask why some people remain poor despite repeating affirmations. The answer often lies in doubt or conflict within the subconscious mind. If you repeat affirmations with one part of your mind while another part resists, your programming will be ineffective. That is why belief and emotional engagement are crucial. Your heart and mind must work in harmony. Otherwise, the subconscious hears conflicting messages and cannot produce change. This is why the environment and influences around you matter. Surround yourself with positive, success-oriented people. Read books, listen to speeches, and immerse yourself in content that reinforces your affirmations. The mind is a social organ that thrives on repetition, not only from yourself, but from the world around you. By immersing yourself in a culture of growth and abundance, your autosuggestion practice gains strength and credibility. As you continue this practice, you begin to notice a shift in your thinking patterns. Negative thoughts lose their power. Worries about scarcity fade. Instead, your mind naturally looks for solutions, opportunities, and paths forward. You become proactive rather than reactive. You make decisions with confidence, knowing that your subconscious mind is aligned with your conscious desires. This alignment between your conscious goals and subconscious programming is the engine of wealth creation. The subconscious does not know how to fail when fed with positive, definite goals. It works tirelessly to find ways to manifest those goals in your life. Your job is to feed it the right instructions through autosuggestion and then take the inspired actions it prompts you to take. In essence, autosuggestion transforms your mind from a passive receiver of circumstances to an active creator of your financial future. It places the power of wealth firmly in your hands, not in the hands of chance or external forces. You become the master of your thoughts, and through those thoughts, the master of your wealth. The ability to reprogram your subconscious mind through autosuggestion is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. The more you use it, the stronger and more automatic the positive beliefs become. Eventually, they form a foundation so deep that wealth and abundance are no longer outside possibilities, but inevitable realities. No man is an island. No person achieves greatness entirely alone. The truth is, the company you keep has more influence on your financial destiny than almost any other factor. There is a powerful principle at work, a principle that has been quietly shaping the lives of the most successful people throughout history. This principle states that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It is not just a catchy phrase, but a fundamental law of human growth and wealth creation. The environment you immerse yourself in acts like fertile soil for your mind. If you surround yourself with individuals who are positive, ambitious, and growth-oriented, their mindset will seep into you, their habits will influence your daily routine, their beliefs will shape your attitudes, and their energy will fuel your drive. Conversely, if you surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and complacency, those qualities will find a home in your mind and your life, silently sabotaging your progress. Think about it. When you are around people who believe in abundance, who speak the language of success, and who take deliberate action toward their goals, it becomes easier for you to adopt those same qualities. Their stories, struggles, and triumphs become lessons. Their enthusiasm becomes contagious. Their resilience inspires you to keep going. They hold you accountable to your own vision because they know what is possible and will not allow you to settle for less. On the other hand, if your closest circle is filled with skeptics, critics, and those who accept mediocrity, it is almost impossible to rise above that level. Even your own thoughts will echo their doubts. You might catch yourself thinking, "That's not realistic," or "I don't think I'm capable," because that is the energy you have been absorbing. The subtle influence of those around you shapes your self-image and your beliefs, often without your conscious awareness. Surrounding yourself with the right people is not about having the largest network. It's about having a small, focused group of like-minded individuals who share your ambition, your values, and your commitment to growth. This is the essence of the mastermind. The mastermind group is a gathering of minds that work together in harmony toward a common goal. Each member brings unique skills, perspectives, and encouragement. Together, they multiply the power of each individual. Imagine being part of a group where challenges are met with solutions, where ideas are refined through honest feedback, and where motivation never runs dry. In a mastermind, your weaknesses are strengthened, your blind spots illuminated, and your vision expanded. The combined brain power of the group creates a force greater than the sum of its parts. It is the difference between struggling alone and thriving with support. One of the most important benefits of a mastermind is accountability. When you declare your goals to a group of committed peers, you create a powerful incentive to follow through. Knowing that others are watching, expecting updates, and willing to challenge you pushes you to take action even when motivation wanes. This external pressure often becomes the fuel that drives consistent effort, which is the bedrock of success. But the mastermind principle goes deeper than just encouragement and accountability. It exposes you to new opportunities. Through the connections and networks of each member, doors open that would otherwise remain closed. A simple conversation can lead to partnerships, clients, mentors, or resources that accelerate your path to wealth. When your circle grows richer in knowledge and experience, your own wealth naturally increases. It is also crucial to realize that this principle applies not only to your external environment, but also to your internal dialogue. Your inner circle is not just composed of people, but also of the voices in your mind. If you allow self-doubt, fear, or negative self-talk to dominate, you create a toxic internal environment that stifles growth. Just as you choose the company you keep externally, you must guard the quality of your internal dialogue, nurturing only thoughts that empower and elevate you. Many people underestimate how much influence their environment has over their success. They believe talent or hard work alone will carry them through. While those qualities are important, they are rarely sufficient by themselves. The right environment acts like a catalyst. It speeds up growth, breaks down resistance, and opens new pathways. Without it, even the most talented individuals can find themselves stuck or drifting. Think about the examples of great leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Almost all of them had mentors, partners, or teams who challenged their thinking and pushed them beyond their comfort zones. They did not isolate themselves. They sought out individuals who had strengths where they had weaknesses. They understood that success is rarely a solo journey, but a collaborative one. This is why it is essential to be intentional about your associations. It is not enough to passively accept the people who come into your life. You must actively seek those who inspire you, who push you, and who share your hunger for more. This might mean making difficult choices. Distance yourself from toxic relationships, say no to distractions, and create space for growth-focused connection. If you are not currently surrounded by such people, start by joining groups, clubs, or communities aligned with your goals. Attend events where ambitious people gather. Reach out to potential mentors or peers who have already achieved what you aspire to. In the digital age, distance is no longer a barrier. Online communities and mastermind groups are powerful platforms to connect with the right mind. As you cultivate this circle, you will notice a shift in your mindset. Your thoughts become clearer. Your confidence rises. You develop new skills faster. You begin to see yourself as the kind of person who deserves and commands wealth. This shift is not accidental. It is the direct result of the powerful influences you allow into your life. Ultimately, the mastermind principle is about recognizing that wealth is not just a number or destination. It is a state of mind shaped by relationships and associations. You do not just attract money, you attract the people who attract money. By becoming part of a mastermind, you surround yourself with abundance itself. And in that environment, wealth becomes a natural byproduct. The road to wealth is rarely smooth. It is marked by obstacles, delays, disappointments, and moments when giving up seems like the easiest path. The difference between those who reach financial success and those who fall short is often not talent, education, or even opportunity. It is persistence and decision. These two qualities stand as the final gatekeepers to wealth. Without them, even the best ideas and plans will never come to fruition. Persistence is the power that pushes you forward when the world says stop. It is the refusal to quit despite setbacks, failures, and discouragement. It is the stubborn, unrelenting drive to keep moving toward your goal no matter what. Many people start with enthusiasm and hope, but as soon as obstacles arise, they falter. The truly wealthy, however, understand that persistence is not optional, it is essential. Think of persistence as the invisible engine behind every success story. It is the force that separates temporary defeat from ultimate victory. The path to wealth is not a straight line, but a series of ups and downs. Each setback tests your resolve, but persistence is the muscle that grows stronger the more it is used. The more you persist, the closer you get to breakthroughs, opportunities, and breakthroughs that others never see. Persistence requires patience. It means understanding that wealth is rarely instantaneous and that the seeds you plant today may take time to bear fruit. This patience is active, not passive. It means continuing to work, learn, adapt, and take action even when the results are not immediately visible. It is a deep belief that your efforts will eventually pay off, which fuels your determination to keep going. Alongside persistence stands decision, the ability to make clear, firm choices and commit to them without hesitation. Decision is the gateway to action. Without decision, plans remain dreams, ideas remain wishes, and potential remains untapped. Many people suffer from what is called analysis paralysis, endlessly weighing options and delaying action out of fear or doubt. Wealth demands decisiveness. When you make a decision, you signal to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to move forward. Decision breaks the cycle of indecision that keeps so many trapped in the same place. It cuts through confusion and brings clarity. The wealthy do not hesitate indefinitely. They choose a course of action and then adjust as they move forward. The key is to decide with conviction and follow through with persistence. It is important to understand that making decisions does not mean everything will be perfect or guaranteed. There will be mistakes and changes along the way, but indecision guarantees nothing. It guarantees missed opportunities, wasted time, and frustration. Taking imperfect action fueled by a firm decision always beats waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Persistence and decision work hand in hand. Decision initiates the journey. Persistence sustains it. Decision is the spark. Persistence is the flame. One without the other is incomplete. You must decide what you want with clarity and then persist until you achieve it. This combination is the secret weapon of every self-made millionaire and successful entrepreneur. Consider the stories of those who have reached great wealth. They often faced rejection, failure, and disappointment, but their persistence kept them moving. They refused to accept defeat as final. When one door closed, they looked for another. When a plan failed, they tried again. And always they made decisive choices about their direction and action. This unyielding mindset created momentum that eventually carried them to their goal. On the other hand, the majority who never attain wealth do not fail because they lack ideas or skills, but because they give up too soon or cannot decide. They wait for circumstances to be perfect, or for fear to subside. They allow uncertainty to paralyze them. They are willing to dream, but unwilling to act consistently and decisively. This is the great divide between potential and success. Persistence also teaches resilience. Each failure or setback is not a dead end, but a lesson, a stepping stone toward your ultimate destination. With every obstacle, your capacity to endure grows. You learn new skills, gather valuable experience, and develop a mindset that thrives under pressure. This resilience makes you not only richer in wealth, but stronger in character. Decision, on the other hand, trains your mind to be clear and focused. Each decision you make sharpens your ability to cut through noise and distractions. It develops confidence in your judgment and empowers you to take risks. Over time, decisive action becomes a habit, and with that habit comes speed and efficiency. You become a person who creates opportunities rather than waits for them. It is also essential to recognize that persistence and decision are choices themselves. You choose every day whether to continue or quit, to move forward or retreat, to decide or procrastinate. Wealth is not an accident. It is the result of conscious choices made consistently over time. The power to succeed lies within you, waiting to be activated by these two gatekeepers. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, will I persist? Will I decide? Will I commit to the path ahead, no matter how difficult it becomes? This is the mindset of those who build lasting wealth. They do not rely on luck or talent alone. They rely on the power of their will, their ability to make firm decisions, and their determination to never give up. In moments of doubt or difficulty, remind yourself that persistence and decision are your allies. They are the forces that turn dreams into reality. When combined with a clear purpose, unwavering faith, and consistent action, these qualities form an unstoppable momentum that draws wealth towards you like a magnet. The final gatekeepers stand guard at the entrance to your financial future. They do not open the door for the hesitant or the weary. They open it for those who decide firmly and persist relentlessly. When you embody these qualities, you hold the keys to a life of abundance and success. As we bring these principles to light, remember that the journey to wealth begins deep within your own mind. Every great fortune starts as a single thought, shaped by your purpose, fueled by your faith, and programmed by the consistent repetition of your desires. You have seen how powerful your mind can be when you take control of your thoughts and beliefs, allowing them to guide you toward abundance rather than scarcity. Surrounding yourself with the right people is not merely a social choice, it is a strategic one. Your environment, the influences you allow in, will either lift you higher or hold you back. Choose to align yourself with those who inspire, challenge, and elevate you, for your circle is the soil where your wealth will grow. Above all, never underestimate the power of persistence and the necessity of decisive action. Wealth is not a prize for the lucky or the merely talented. It is a reward for those who refuse to quit and who make clear choices even when the path is uncertain. These qualities are the final gatekeepers standing between you and the financial freedom you seek. Hold fast to them. Your mind is the most valuable asset you own. Train it, guard it, and direct it with unwavering commitment. Wealth is not about luck or external circumstances. It is about harnessing the invisible forces within you and transforming them into tangible results. The moment you fully embrace these truths and put them into practice is the moment you unlock your true potential. You have everything you need inside yourself to create the life of abundance you deserve. The secrets to wealth are not hidden in far-off places or complicated formulas. They are in the clarity of your purpose, the strength of your belief, the programming of your mind, the company you keep, and the persistence and decisions you make every day. Now is your time to act. Plant these principles firmly in your mind, nurture them daily, and watch as your world begins to shift. Wealth is waiting for you, ready to be claimed. Step forward with confidence and unwavering faith, and let your mind unlock the door to limitless possibilities.